Hello, you're welcome to another session of our English tutorials. We've been learning a whole lot, and for the topic we've been dealing with for the past two videos, we've been dealing with sounds in English language. We first dealt with the vowel sounds. Now we're going to the consonant sounds. In all, there are 24 consonant sounds in English language, so we'll be knowing and learning everything about them in this class. Let's get right to it. So, a consonant is a speech sound that is articulated with complete or partial closure of the vocal tract. It is the speech sound that is not a vowel sound. So it's either a vowel sound or it's a consonant sound. Either of the two. Consonant sounds are described by the manner in which they are produced. So let us find out and learn some terms that describe consonant sounds in English language. So the first we have is the voiced. A voiced sound is made when the vocal cords vibrate. Okay, so you want to know if your vocal cord is vibrating, just pronounce any sound and just put your finger here. If it vibrates, then you know that that is a voiced sound. So it produces a bit of pitch when you produce it. So these are all the voiced sounds in English, voiced consonants in English language. So we have the first one. So when you do all of that, you would know that they are all voiced sounds because you feel your vocal tract vibrating. So we have the they're all voiced. Okay, so the next is a voiceless. A voiceless sound is just the opposite of voice. It's where the vocal cords do not vibrate. So there's just a free flow of air. There's no obstruction whatsoever. So there's no vibration. So for this one, you have the vocal cords static, no vibration, just a free flow of air. So it's like you're whispering without a pitch. So examples of the voiceless consonant sounds we have are t, k, s, and h. They're all voiceless. You would not hear anything, no pitch whatsoever. The next is stops or plosives. A consonant sound where the airflow is stopped completely by the mouth and then sharply released. These are stops and plosives, where air wants to come out but it is slightly stopped by the mouth and sharply released. So we have the mouth stops it and releases it instantly. The mouth stops it and releases it instantly. Okay? There's a stop, there's a sharp release. So moving on to the fricatives. A consonant sound where the airflow becomes noisy and turbulent because it only has a very small space to travel through into the mouth. Okay, starting from here, there's a small space when you want to pronounce this sound. So the air comes in with a bit of friction. That is why they call it fricative. So while it's making that, you know that there's a friction of air. So we have it, we have the glottis sound. We have it in theta sound. We have it in, the other sound too, that's almost similar with theta. We have it sh. Next is the nasal sound. A consonant sound where the airflow passes through exclusively through the nose instead of the mouth. Okay, in the production of these sounds, air comes out from the nose instead of the mouth. And there are only 3 nasal sounds, and that is Air comes out from the nose and not from the mouth. Okay? The next is the affricate. A consonant sound that begins with a stop but then releases like a fricative, thus making it a sort of combination of sounds. So you can see here we have the stop for the first sound. For the first sound here, this one, you can see that it's composed of the D sound, and the sh, g, g, g. Okay, this is comprises the which is a stop and a plosive, and the fricative. So you can see that this affricate has a stop combined with a fricative sound. That is why it's called the affricate combination of the two. So now we're going to move on to the next description of the consonant sound, and that is the alveolar ridge. Alveolar ridge is a very popular term when it comes to naming of consonant sound. The alveolar ridge is found on the roof of the mouth, just on top, between the upper teeth and the hard palate, okay, which is used in conjunction with the tip of the tongue to make so many sounds. The alveolar sounds we have include try to pronounce you will see where your tongue is going to. You will see that your tongue is touching the part just behind your upper teeth, that part of the roof of your mouth, just behind the upper teeth. Yes, and you also for your tongue is always going to touch the upper part of your mouth.
So the next term we have to familiarize ourselves with is the soft palate. The soft palate is the soft tissue in the back of the roof of the mouth, which is used in conjunction with the back of the tongue to make many sounds. Sounds like j, 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 sh, sh, j. Those sounds, when you pronounce them, you can see that the back of your tongue is touching the upper part of the back of your mouth. I really do not know how to explain this. Just the back, upper part there, and the back of your tongue, they both come together to pronounce these sounds. So we also have the bilabial. This means that to pronounce consonant sounds that are considered to be bilabial, we have the two lips, the upper and the lower lips, coming together to pronounce this sound. Okay, so the sounds we have that are bilabial, we have the So the lips had to come together to pronounce the sounds. That is why they are bilabial, the two lips. Then we also have the labiodental. Labiodental means the lips and the teeth. These are consonant sounds produced with the lower lip in between the upper and the lower teeth in sounds like f and v. Lower lip in between the upper and the lower teeth. Okay, that's labiodental. So now, having learned the terms we need to familiarize ourselves with in the description of consonant sounds, now we're going to move fully into the consonant sounds and learn in what and where they are used. The first one we have is the voiceless stop. That's the voiceless stop made with both lips. Voiceless bilabial stop. Voiceless bilabial stop. This is what it is. So letters that usually represent these sounds are P, and they are found in pen, spin, tip, happy, play, sleep, epic, problem. The P appears in all of that and is represented by the letter P. The next is the B. This is the voiced version. So this is the voiced bilabial stop made with both lips too. Letters that usually represent it is the B letter, letter B of the alphabet. So it's found in words like butt, web, baby, gab, obese, public, bird, able. So the highlighted words are where, highlighted letters are where the B sound is used. As you may have noticed, the only difference between the production of the B, the P sound and the B sound is the voicing. The B is voiced and the P is voiceless, while other things remain the same. They are both bilabials, they are both stops. So moving on, we have the this is the voiceless alveolar stop. Voiceless alveolar stop is a stop because it's a plosive, you know, it comes out with a stop made with the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. Letters that represent it, we have the T, letter T of the alphabet. So it's found in words like to, sting, abstain, debt. Okay, that word is debt. The B is silent, so it's not debt. Okay, debt, honest, glutton, about, subtle. Subtle, the B is silent, so it is a subtle. Okay, now we have this is the voiced alveolar stop or plosive, made with the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge. Letters that represent it is the D, letter D of the alphabet, found in words like do, daddy, odd, demand, made, mad, date, middle. The next we have is the voiceless stop, made with the back of the tongue on the soft palate. Made with the back of the tongue on the soft palate. Letters that usually represent it is letter K, letter C, letter Q, combination of Q, U, E, combination of CK. Sometimes you also see CH and you also see X. Okay, letter X too also stands and represents the sound K. There's a difference between the sound and letters, so don't get it mixed up. The letters that represent the sound K, that is what we have listed out. So we have examples: cat, kill. You can see that C is representing the sound K. We have skin. You can see also that Q is representing, letter Q is representing this K sound. We have unique. Combination of Q, U, E represents the K sound. We have thick. We have chaos. CH represents the K sound. Chaos. Clean, physique, cup, milk, scar. Jinx, like the X I told you about. Jinx, extra. Extra. In X, in the word jinx and extra, the K is there followed by the S, but the K sound is there. Jinx. So we're going to the voiced palatal alveolar stop, made with the back of the tongue on the soft palate. But now when you try, you would know that the back of your tongue has to touch the soft part of your the roof of your mouth to produce this sound. Voice stop, made with the back of the tongue on the soft palate. Letters that represent it, we have the letter G. So found in words like go, get, beg, bigger, bogus, argue, jog, giggle, disguise, gazette, fatigue. 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 Okay? Get that? Fatigue. It's not fatigue. Fatigue, as people pronounce it, is fatigue. That's the last sound in that word. The next is the voiceless fricative, made by putting your upper front teeth on your lower lip. Letters that represent it is the letter F, letters PH. Sometimes we also have GH, representing the sound F, found in words like full, enough. We see GH combining together to give us enough. We have leaf, we have off, two F's coming together. We have photo, P, PH. We have glyph. Glyph, we have comfort, we have laugh, we have trophy. So on that note, we're going to be wrapping up this class, and we've been talking about consonant sounds, different consonant sounds in English language, how they are described. We learned the terms that are very important and associated with consonant sounds, and we learned the different types of consonant sounds, how they are used, when they appear, what represents them. So for our next class, we're going to be learning more about the consonant sounds. You don't want to miss it.